we're going to barrel through the NFC today, and we're going to start in the East. Adam, I'll go to you. Number one, I think probably the biggest question I have is changing of the guard offensively here, running the offense. Kellen Moore, I thought did a good job. Mike McCarthy, Brian Schottenheimer. It sounds very boring, Mr. C. What is the word in the street there with that coaching change?
Yeah, so what McCarthy wanted a true West Coast offense. That's not what Kellen Moore runs. So Mike wanted to call the plays. Schottenheimer will help him. Schotty's really good with quarterbacks. And the thing that people have told me who've worked with Schotty is that he's really good with discipline. Now, obviously, with Dak's turnovers last year, that certainly will help. Russell Wilson's best half of his career of a season was with Schottenheimer in 2021. I think this could be good. I know Kellen Moore did a good job. I know some of the Cowboys fans were not so happy with him, but this is just more McCarthy wanting to run his system, not Kellen Moore's. And that is the big difference here. We're not talking personnel here. We're just talking about scheme. That's the difference.
Moving on to the Washington Commanders. Any word yet on, I guess, the leash that presumed starter Sam Howell has? Because I know they're paying Jacoby Brissett a good amount of coin. It just feels like, yeah, we'll give you a shot, Sam Howell. But if we're struggling, they might pull that plug.
Oh, sure. I mean, it's real simple. They have to win with him. And they're not going to ask him to throw a lot. I mean, they gave away the answers to the test back at their closing press conference for the season. I mean, Martin Mayhew, the GM, and Ron made it clear they don't want him throwing. Whoever the quarterback is, unless Hal bombs in training camp, he'll definitely be the starter. I would project, unless they're behind 27, 28 attempts a game, they're not going to ask him to throw the ball a lot. They're going to be committed to running the football. This is what Ron wants. Now, the enemy will bring in the Andy Reid system. The enemy knows it's run the football, win with defense. It's not what we want. You look at the pass start group, it's pretty good. That's not the way. Ron doesn't care about that. He wants to hide the quarterback, run the football, win with defense.
Is it possible that Jordan Love excels right out of the gate here, despite the youthfulness? Because A, he's been here. This is year 4. B, he's very talented. C, the running backs are really, really important here. And then last but not least, D, perhaps Jordan Love will embrace this system a little bit more than Rodgers did and just, be a point guard back there. I mean, your thoughts on Love?
I come on your show on Sirius every week. I pound the table for teams supporting young quarterbacks. And what did the Packers go do? They drafted 5 freaking pass catchers, 3 receivers and 2 tight ends. They said, we've got to get better in these areas. I absolutely love the direction. Jaden Reed, John, we've talked a bunch of times.
That's our guy. I love Jaden Reed.
And they needed a high volume guy in that offense. I don't think Watson has the profile to be a high volume guy. He's a big play extraordinaire, and he's going to give them a lot of big plays. Romeo Doubs is definitely more of a 3 possession type receiver. Getting that high volume slot guy to control the middle of the field, and you're partnering him with Luke Musgrave and Tucker Kraft, who's a beast after the catch. Like, Jordan Love is set up to succeed. I know these guys are young, but they're all going to grow together. So I might not be the biggest Jordan Love guy, but I do think they've given him a tremendous situation. Pretty good offensive line as well. Obviously, the run game is really important to them, and they've got 2 good backs. I absolutely love what the Packers have done. I hate to say that as a Detroit guy, too. It's like, just when we thought, the corner was being turned for Detroit to take control of that division, it could be short-lived because I like the way the Green Bay's team building.
Let's move on to the NFC South, Atlanta Falcons. Well, let me just throw out my initial projection for Bijan, 280 carries. So your thoughts on that alone right there? Again, 280 carries is a lot, but again, there's going to be room for others.
It's a nightmare, John. It really is. Arthur Smith, what's coming. They're not going to let Ritter throw. It's going to be hide the quarterback. In fact, they're telling you what they want to do. They didn't even draft a receiver. It's just incredible.
Yeah, that's
how
true.
do you go into the season with Mac Hollins as a starter? It's a nice story. Mac is a guy who can run. He's got great straight line speed. Scotty Miller's your 3. Like, this is not an NFL passing game. Like, that's not the way you build your roster.
I will say that I think it's absurd that JSN is being drafted in front of Lockett. I mean, mark the tape. It's May 9th, 1:13 Eastern. That is egregious. There is absolutely no way that Jackson Smith and Jigba is going to be worth anything remotely close to the capital that he's going on underdog here, like 60 over. There's absolutely no way.
You and I are going to have fights about this because I think he has a chance to be the top scoring receiver.
I mean,
I think he's the best receiver on the
there
team.
is a lot of polarization out there this year. I'm telling you, there are a lot of changing environments and changing landscapes and shifting. And yeah, we'll see. We'll have a steel cage match at the end of the year on it.